everybody, welcome to Spikey Saturday number 235 on the Leek. I'm John as always, and we're going to play more M25 because I still like it. I still like it quite a bit. We've got a Solemn Simulacrum here, pack one, pick one, which is a pretty easy pick. There's a Feat of Resistance, which is pretty highly up there right now. Thrashing Brontodon's also pretty okay. And that's about it. But this is a pretty easy Solemn Simulacrum to me, I think. So the next couple of weeks will continue to be M21. I think. We'll see. There's Throne of Eldraine coming back very shortly, but only best of one. I might just have to play it because I absolutely love Throne of Eldraine. So I don't really have a choice not to play that, even if it is best of one. So we'll see if that's Spiky Saturday next week or if that's a bonus video or what. Dominaria is coming back as well. Might do a bonus video with that. Also a very fun format. Also best of one. But yeah, M21 is holding my interest for the time being. We get an Aven Gagglemaster, which is very good. And then cards that aren't that, I think. There's a Finishing Blow, which is totally solid, and people are really off black, and I think I've talked about this. I've at least talked about this on stream. People are off black because it has like a 3% lower win percentage, and therefore it's the worst, and you should never draft it. And as a result, it's often very open, and so you should draft it. Don't get too bogged down on win rates and stats and what the hive mind is saying about what to draft. But we're going to take Aven Gagglemaster because it's just a very high value card. And if we can get into some sort of blue-white flyers or something like that, that would be handy. I drafted Sanctum of All, pack one, pick one. Unfortunately not recorded at all other than via screenshots in Discord. Ended up with 5 Sanctums, but one was a duplicate, and went 2-1. And it was really, really, really fun. This pack is a Drowsing Pteranodon and a Llanowar Visionary. And that's about it. There's a Concordia Pegasus, which goes with the Gagglemaster, but I'm not super duper interested in that. I think I just take the Llanowar Visionary. Very good card. Mana Dork, draws a card, does everything. Pick it up here. Here we get a Burlfist Oak if we do want to head into green, and it's a totally fine green card. It's not amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but it's fine. There's a Gale Swooper if we do want to stick on the white plan, which honestly might be a little bit better. I think I would probably prefer the Gagglemaster Swooper over Visionary Burlfolk. I do think. So let's take that Gale Swooper. So there's the first shrine, if we had picked the 5-color shrine. But we get a Swift Response, which goes with our Gagglemaster and our Swooper. It's totally fine. There's nothing to grab over that for my Visionary green card. There's nothing to push me into another color. Let's take Swift Response, one of the top 3 commons. Well, there's the second shrine, if I had taken 5-color shrines. So maybe we do get punished here for not going for the fun stuff. This pack is awful. This pack is really punishing. We can take a Ranger's Guile if we do think we're going to be green, but we don't know that by any stretch of the imagination. There are more blue cards here than not, but none of them scream to me that it's open. I actually would play Sanctum just by itself, so maybe we do take that just in case we end up in blue-white. Following that, we get a Frost Breath if we're going to be blue-white, which we could be. We could be blue-white sort of aggressive-ish flyers, tap their stuff down. That's an extra turn of attacks, so I don't hate that. And then blue disappears. We've got a Sky Scanner, which we'll happily play. Skeleton Archers here, Crypt Lurker. These are fine black cards. But again, nobody drafts black, so you should always draft black. Let's take the Sky Scanner. Back around, we get a Vryn Wingmare, which is fine. It's a 3-mana 2-1 flyer. I'll play that, and if we're not playing too many non-creature spells, it doesn't even hurt us, and we're the ones that know we're going to play it, so we can decide whether or not to let it hurt us. There's also a blue-white duel, but we'll take the Vryn Wingmare here. We'll take a Rambunctious Mutt, I think, for the sideboard. There is the option of a Short Sword. A Short Sword actually could work in an aggressive flyers deck a little bit more. I know some people have been very high on that. I think the hive mind is currently on aggressive low curve white pants is the current thing that you are supposed to do as the correct thing. But draft doesn't have a correct thing. It just doesn't. We can take a Rookie Mistake here, but we're not going to play it. Blue-black duel, just in case we get a black card we want to splash. I'm fine with that. And we still don't know that we're blue off of just these 2 blue cards, right? But we're not taking a Wishcoin Crab or... Well, we could take a masked blackguard, actually, if we did want to be black-white. But I think we're already on the path of blue. So, no. You can hang it in the main deck. There we go. So we get an Arcanist, which we might play, we might not. We'll see. Rookie Mistake, no. Bone Pit Brute, no. This card is awful. I absolutely hate it. Absolutely hate it. I had it in a Jumpstart deck. Absolutely hated it. I've played it in drafts. I absolutely hate it. It's expensive. There's basically no way to cheat it out quickly. And, like, it doesn't do anything. I don't like it. I don't like it. Unfortunately, there's nothing else here. There's a Volcanic Geyser who wanted to switch into red. So I guess we take it and we try it one more time, but I don't want to. I want to be a lower curve deck here. I think I want to be a 16 land deck. I think I want this Aven Gagglemaster to be our only high-end card. I just don't think Pursued Whale has a place. I would play the other Whale because the other Whale is a 2-mana card. So here, I almost kind of want to take the Short Sword. I guess it'll wheel. We could take the Enforcer. I'm going to take the Enforcer. I just don't think the Whale is a good card. I'm making my stand. We get a Basri's Acolyte, which gets counters on creatures. Totally good card. There's a Daybreak Charger, which could come back around, which would be nice. But we'll take that Basri's Acolyte. This pack here, we lose our white cards, unfortunately, but we get a Ghostly Pilferer, which I can pick up. I don't feel too bad about picking that up. Nothing that'll come back around, probably, but we can take that Ghostly Pilferer. So I missed recording it back there. Streamlabs keeps messing up on me, but we did get a Gale Sweeper out of it, which is solid. I was able to pick it, but we get a Rousing Reed here, which is one of the best blue commons, and flies and is pants, so we can pick that up pretty easily. Next pack, we've got ourselves a Mistral Singer, which is a flyer. I like it. It's relatively low cost. And I think we've got our deck. We are blue-white flyers, so let's just keep grabbing things that fly, grabbing things that are cheap, pick up a dub, steal some wins, right? Steal some wins. This pack has nothing for us. We could splash a Finishing Blow. I don't really want a Teferi's Protege. It doesn't exactly fit this deck. So we'll take the Finishing Blow just in case we splash it. I don't know if we actually will or not. This pack here, we get a Legion's Judgment for the sideboard. There's also a Secure the Scene for the sideboard, I guess. This one kills permanent, so it is actually like an answer to Tutelage, which we don't currently have because we didn't take a Mutt yet. But I'm going to take the Legion's Judgment. It's just more likely that we'll hit big creatures than we will one explicit enchantment. Another Shrine. We could have had, what, blue, green, red at this point, I think? Oh, there's the Mutt for the sideboard. We're not going to play a Tome Anima. Nothing for us. Nothing at all. Let's grab a Radiant Fountain. Frost Breath came back. I don't exactly want to super load up on them, but we can take another one. I just don't like Keen Glide Master for this deck. I think I've seen comments saying that this is super good in a flying deck, but it's not. If most of my things have flying, I'm not giving them flying. This is much better when you have big whales or stuff like that. I'll take a Fierce Empath for a little tiny bit more percentage into my vault. We'll take a Wall of Runes just in case we need some early blocks. Duress. And an island. Alright, give me a Baneslayer. Nope, you gave me Heroic Intervention. Bom, 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 bom. Boom. We get a Sky Scanner. Somebody took our Short Sword, right? That Short Sword didn't come back around, I don't think. We get a Sky Scanner or a Short Sword, I guess. What's our creature count? 11? That feels low. Huh. I don't want Griffin Airy. We're not gaining life. We have one card with lifelink. Secure the Scene will come back around if I want it. Same with Frost Breath. It's either Sky Scanner or Short Sword here, which feels weird. I think we just take the Sky Scanner. Another Aven Gagglemaster. That makes me happy. There's another Swooper as well, and a Roaming Ghostlight, but we'll take the Gaggles. And I don't think we're going to play that Finishing Blow. I think we're just going to go solid blue, white. We get awarded battlements, which is pretty solid. There is a Malefic Scythe here. Yes, it is very good. I don't think it's all that splashable because it's very good when it comes down on turn 2, equips on 3, and starts going. If you're splashing it, it's, you know, a turn 4, 5, 6, 7 card, and it's nowhere near as good. Whereas warded battlements with flyers, that does some significant damage. Here we get a feat. Easy, 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 easy pick for a feat of resistance. Another Vryn Wingmare. I'm okay with that. Also white. We've seen every Sanctum except for the black one. We could have tried to have had some fun. But let's take Vryn Wingmare. And let's cut that that finishing blow. Hey! Late pack 3 rewarded. We got there. We got there. We got the Watcher. We got the Watcher. I think I'm okay playing 16 lands on this. It has a little bit more 4-drops and 2 5-drops. I tend to prefer to stick to 17 when I start to get into multiple 5s. That is a lot of 3s as well. I think I will stick on 17. And we still have some things that I would cut. Like I would cut this Sanctum if we got something amazing. I would cut this Voldalian Arcanist if we can try. We don't get anything that we're going to play here, though. We're not going to play Staunch Shieldmate or the Larcenist or the Reed. Take the Reed. Luckily, we have our deck, so even if we don't get anything else for it, we do have a deck. We're up to 16 creatures, so we've only got 4 instants, which is why I'd really like to get rid of this Arcanist. We don't need help casting Feet and Swift. What are our other 2 instants? Frost Breath. This is nice to make it 2 mana instead of 3, but we could have had another Sanctum. We could have had another Sanctum. So I could take that for 20 gems, but there is unfortunately a flyer that I want. So goodbye 20 gems. I'll miss those 13 cents. We'll take Mistral Singer, and that lets us cut the Arcanist. We get a Secure the Scene for the sideboard, I think. I don't think we need another Frost Breath here. So we are losing out on removal. And I got a friend request because we are in the middle of a Discord Jumpstart tournament over on the Mana League Discord. If you're a Twitch sub or patron, you should go hang out there. We got 16 people playing a 4-round Jumpstart event. I'm currently 2-0. And maybe I'll record the best of 3 game that I just got the challenge for. So let's finish up this draft, and then let's jump into a Jumpstart game as a little bit of a bonus here. Some people are going to hate this, and I don't care because it's fun. So I think we've got our deck here. I think it looks fine. It looks totally fine. We could have polished it a little tiny bit, trading this Sanctum out for another Acolyte or another Swift Response. But yeah, we're gonna fly over. We're not gonna care what our opponent is doing really, because we can't really interact with them, and we're gonna smash them in the face, and we're not gonna play this Dismal Backwater either. Well, there we go. There's a deck. There's a deck. Let's get our last pick here. Our last pick has to come all around the table, so I'm gonna set up that Jumpstart match, and I'll see you in a second. Alright, so here we are for the Jumpstart match. This is round 3 of the Mana League Discord tournament. I am 2-0 up against MHBMK2, or Serata here. I'm playing Rainbow Dogs, and I beat Mill last round. Unfortunately, we're playing best of 3. That's not the unfortunate part. The unfortunate part is we don't get the free mull that you have in the other ones. So I think I can keep this. We've got the white for the Hound to come down. We're going to need to draw a land, but I think we'll get there. We can name blue on the Heath if we want Lamage's Binding. We can name green on the Heath if we want Ironroot or Lord. Looks like MHBMK2 is also on Dogs over there. So this could be a real fast aggro match. Chandra Dogs. Uh-oh. The Chandra deck has a dog naturally in it. Yeah, we're going to drop this Heath, and we're going to name, I think, green, because we want to have a blocker up with that Ironroot Warlord. And I'm going to try to not mute MHBMK2 here and their owl. I wish I had recorded the the mill match, because that was wild. So we can drop this Iron Root Warlord. We could also drop the Alloy Mirror. The Alloy Mirror, white, green, black, red. The Alloy Mirror puts us one land away, but it has to be a couple of very specific lands away from having a Fusion Elemental on turn 5. So I think I do just want the blocker up instead. Although the Alloy Mirror does give us... The Alloy Mirror gives us more options. We're not under pressure just yet. I will trade that Hound of Conda with the Cathar's Companion, I think. The trick here is, if Chandra comes down, we're going to get our butts handed to us. So I will say Jumpstart has been a lot more fun in best of 3 playing with people together in a Discord in a tournament. It's still not good. It's still not good. It's still definitely something you should play sparingly with friends. But yeah, it's been more fun than otherwise. I'm going to trust they have a combat trick here, so I'm not going to block because that gets indestructible if they do cast a combat trick. So we could Trusty Retriever, get a 3/4 up, or we could just get a 3/5. I like the sounds of a 3/5. 3/5 up, that's going to be hard for red to deal with. The dog deck does have a pacifism in it, so that could put a stop to it, but we can still pump out 1/1s. If we can hit, what do we want to hit? We want to hit an island or a mountain. Coming on in, coming on in, coming on in, coming on in. So what do they got? They've got a combat trick that hits me for damage, pumps up the Pyroling, makes the Cathar indestructible. They could also just hit the Warlord. Well, I'm going to make them have it. Hound of Conda, your service has met its end. Killing the Alloy Mirror, that's pretty rude. Alright. That puts us in an amount of trouble. So we'll take 4, lose our Hound. We're left with nothing but an Iron Root Warlord. There's a Forest, which unfortunately is what we named on the Heath. Now we can bring back the Alloy Mirror, though, with this Trusty Retriever, which I'm going to do. So we can get our colors back. We're still needing to find a mountain or an island so that we can drop a Fusion Elemental. They're mana screwed, which I think is our saving grace here. There's the pacifism on the Iron Root Warlord as expected. Coming on in for 3, I'm not going to give my puppy because that's got indestructible on it. So I'll go to 8, which is terrifying against the mono red or the heavy red deck here, but still, that mana screw, we gotta hope. So we'll go without Alloy Mirror here. Our Law Mage's Binding is not up without Alloy Mirror getting rid of its summoning sickness, though. So we can pass the turn. We've got a Dauntless Onslaught up, which we can use as a defensive trick. I don't want to, but we can. So coming on in, we will put the Retriever in front. Gonna sack the Selfless Savior. Sure, I will use this massively defensively to not even get a creature killed out of it. There's the core. The core is going to next turn give us access to the Fusion Elemental. So we can pass the turn here. We can start popping out 1/1s. We can Law Mage's Binding something if necessary, and we can start clawing our way back into this. That's going to kill the Alloy Mirror, eh? It's going to kill the Alloy Mirror. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to Law Mage's Binding that Cathar's Companion. So that's not coming in. We are now still off of the Fusion Elemental, though. I'm going to block. I'll do the chump check. Chump check passed. Haha, we got there. Yeah, so we will release the dogs, I suppose. Which would have made the Warlord much bigger. I'll slam in for 2. Get our first blood here finally. Oh no, he also released the dogs. And he still has his +2/+2 trick. Alright, let's put a counter on the core, just because we can. Okay, Prismite. Does Prismite do what we want? Prismite does not let us cast it this turn, but it will next. It will next turn. I don't know what our 8/8's going to do, but we can cast it next turn. It's going to get chumped by 1/1s forever. Thrill of Possibility. Digging for more lands, digging for some more stuff to put this game away. Unfortunately, I don't know what we can really get our hands on. Young Pyromancers, pretty good, pretty good. Gonna get more more tokens out there. Could be a very big Dauntless Onslaught turn at some point. The trick with my deck is it's got to go fast. Like the big rainbow trick is I have a Maelstrom Archangel or a Maelstrom Angel, which is just nowhere near as good if you don't have stuff in hand to cast, which we now do not. Yeah, it's a pass of the turn. I don't even think I can come in with that Fusion Elemental. Just chumps forever. There's Chandra. So now we're really in trouble. I expect Chandra to just hit my face 4 times. Yup, that's my face. That's my face on fire. Well, I guess we have to attack Chandra and try to get stuff off the board. Let's hold back one of these dogs so we have 3 blockers. This is also really just an attempt to stress them out. But I think they might have done the math here. So we'll Skittering Surveyor, get another land out of our deck. Let's grab the island. Play the island, pass the turn. Are we perhaps just dead? We might actually just be dead. Kill the Skitters. Or deal 2 to me. We've got block, block, block. We take 2. Secure the scene. My trusty retriever. Okay. So I don't think we're dead here. If I counted correctly, we get to kill the Peasy. Or actually, let's eat a dog. Kill the Peasy. Block the Double Striker. And Arena is a mess. I think we're taking 2. Yeah, we took 2. All right. Took 2. Took 2. I think... Could we have made a thing there? I think I forgot about that. So they've got 2 blockers. So we can kill Chandra here at least. So we took down Chandra. We've actually still got a chance here unless he's sitting on shock in hand. We'll drop a land, pass the turn. Are we just dead to our face? Half a Guardhound. We got the oops, so I think maybe there was a miscount on math there. So we will remember to make 1/1s here. Ooh, 1 more land, which I've got in hand, and we can start making 2 a turn. And boy, howdy, do I have lands. And I guess we're just gonna start abyssing them here. Just the abyss. Down to 10. Past that turn, we've got 2 1/1s we can make. And now the downside is I'm going to have to go back to that draft and remember what we actually drafted. We drafted blue-white flyers. I think that was it. I think it was a pretty straightforward blue-white flyers. Luckily, that should be easy to jump back in on. And if you hated that we jumped away from draft to jumpstart for a bit, deal with it. We're having fun. This is making me enjoy Magic. And yeah, I'm not sure if we'll do another jumpstart tournament, but I'd really like if we could do some draft tournaments in the Discord channel. You can do a third-party draft, and these fresh-faced baby soldiers are going to jump in front of that dog. You could do a draft on a third-party website. Ooh, what if we secured the scene that pacifism? I don't think we have to. I don't think we have to at all. I think we just keep abyssing and we secure the scene something scary. I guess against Red Burn, we are on a clock, eh? We are very much on a clock. Yeah, you know what? Let's secure the scene to pacifism so that we can attack in with an 8-8 and a 7-5. It's going to be an 8-5 next turn, actually. Because one red spell and we are dead. One red burn spell. It can't be a thrill of possibility or such. Alright, so let's make a 1-1. Let's come on in and in. Let's bring in a surveyor as well, because we can pump it with the dog. So there's the double abyss. There's the double abyss. There we go. Yeah, let's save our surveyor. Why not? Just trying to get that extra point of damage through. Okay. Okay. I am prepared to Alpha Strike next turn, but we got there. Up a game. Up a game. That was close. That was close. That was a whole lot of combat math that I think came out in our favor there. Match 2, and this is the beauty. Jumpstart as best of 3 feels better because the variance is dialed down. Best of 3 is not because of sideboards. Best of 3 is so that you know what you're playing against. That changes the game. I think we'll keep here just because if we do hit a land, we've got whatever colors we need. But we could get run over. We could get run over. It's entirely possible that the only reason we won that game was them being stuck. And we get Izumura here, so we're actually all good. Young Peasy, sure thing. Sure thing. I don't think you're going to trade it, are you? Sure aren't. Gonna need to find that land. Gonna need to find that land. Uh-oh. Pack leader's very scary. It's when it attacks. It's when it attacks, so that is probably a prime pacifism target. Yeah, it's a prime pacifism target. So we'll attack in for 2. There's no way they trade. Pack leader is a nutty card. But it is now a pacified dog. It has been domesticated. Ow! Alpine Watchdog, sure thing. It's still going to pump, which is pretty good. So we could do a 1-mana Chamber Sentry? That feels bad. But it lets us block. But it looks like we are the ones who are going to get mana screwed this time. Uh-oh. 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 Goodbye, Chamber Sentry. Hello, 3 damage to my face. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, I think there's going to be a game 3. I think there's going to be a game 3 indeed. I hate that owl. I bet they chose that owl because they knew they were playing against me. Alright, 2 to my face. Oof. The Incinerator comes down. We go to 6. I get to Law Mage's Binding the Incinerator and then we die. Then we die to our face. Whew. Speaking of hoof, somebody does have hoof in the tournament, and I believe they're 2-0. So, game 3. Let's see if we can pull this out. Let's get a fast start. This is not a fast start. It's 2 lands. We don't play anything until turn 3. I think we have to mull this one. That got better. We will keep this 6 and throw away a plains. So we'll Terramorphic Expanse, pass the turn. We'll go and get an island, so we have Law Mage's Binding online on turn 3, if need be. Click very carefully, because I've had issues with being like, yeah, the island, and there's a tiny little boundary here, and it's been really screwing with me lately. We get the Alpine Watchdog down. Chamber Sentry could actually come down on turn 3 as a 3/3 if we wanted. That is an option. They got their red-white bluff up there. I'm really going to want that card draw, though. Alpine Watchdog against Alpine Watchdog, eh? Do you want to trade? You do? Lovely. In that case, I think I just want the 3/3 Sentry out. Get the 3/3 Sentry out. Next turn we can play the Rupture Spire, tapping land, play Prophetic Prism, and go from there. Prophetic Prism needs to draw us a card, though, that's going to be good, because we don't have many cards left compared to our opponent, who has many cards left. Ooh, release the dogs. Alright, so we'll pay 1. I'll attack. I don't think they're going to trade. Or not trade, chump. We'll draw our card here. Cathar's Companion, interesting. So we're a little bit on dig for Dauntless Onslaught, which I guess is only +2/+2 to 2 creatures. So going wide actually isn't amazing for Dauntless Onslaught. They're going to release the dogs, which I think is going to force our hand and make us release the dogs. So we also have dogs. Pass that turn. 1 time, no pack leader, please. No! Well, we can Law Mage's Binding the pack leader, but this is not good. This is no es bueno. Alright, I think because we're going to have to Law Mage's Binding that pack leader, we're just going to have to make some trades here and hope they don't have a combat trick. If they do, we are boned. So I think I'd Chamber Sentry one of those dogs, and then put 2 dogs in front of 2 other dogs. And if they have the Dauntless Onslaught, then oh boy, are we in trouble. So let's do that. Man, blocking's a mess. How is that going to work on mobile? Please no Dauntless Onslaught. Whew. Okay, I think we can struggle to come back from this. Pillar of... Oh no, it exiles it! It exiles it! Oh, it can't come back anymore. Alright, well that's a problem. That's a problem. We have to bind the pack leader. Because if their creatures are coming in with protection, or not protection, preventing damage, we're never winning. We're also still probably never winning at all anyways, because we're going to take 5 here. And what are we going to do? We're going to flash in a 2/5 dog. I guess that'll eat that 2/2 dog. So let's pass the turn. Pop down the Guard Hound. Kill this dog. We take 3, 4, 5. We go to a 6. Or no, we go to 5. No, we go to 6. Let's drop the Cathar's Companion. I think we might still have a chance. If we can get this Dinrova's Horror up, maybe? Ooh, supply runners puts counters on everything. God, so that's going to be a 3/4 double striker. So we have to block it? Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. And we're going to go to 5. I think I'm going to go 2-1 in this tournament now. Well, there's the Dinner of a Horror. We could bounce the Magma back. Buys us like a slight turn. Force a discard here. Discard a land, sure thing. Alright, so we've got blocks here. So probably just no attack coming in. Magma back down, back on that 5-turn clock. We got Mr. Skitters here. So we can go get a land. What do we need? This forest, we'll say. Pass the turn. Selfless Savior. Oh no! Alright, so coming on in. So we will... so it becomes a 3/4. So we'll go block. Or no, let's go block here, because that's going to make them sack the Savior anyways. Oh, I guess +2 doesn't actually save it. That would just make it an X6. Alright, so it dies. We draw a land. Womp womp. Let's put a counter on it anyways, because what else are we going to do? Fanatical Firebrand. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, block is what we're gonna do. And we're gonna try to get them to... they've got us absolutely ruined, because if we just let it happen, they die. If we do this, they Fanatical Firebrand in response to the trigger. Companion dies. We go to 3. And I think I'm gonna go 2-1 here. But it's a 4-rounder, so perhaps I can still go 3-1, be in the top 4 or so. But it does look... Oh, what happened there? There was an oops. There was an oops. There was an oops. We're only on a 3-turn clock and probably still definitely dead. Only probably still definitely dead. Definitely dead. Definitely dead. Down to 2, and if they attack with both, we die. Taking the cautious route. Taking the cautious route. Oh, we flooded out hard. Flooded out in a 16 land deck. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Harsh, harsh, harsh. Welp, that's the way Jumpstart goes. Still had all these with the Chandra. So, there goes my Jumpstart match. So I am now 2-1 in this tournament. We've got 1 round left. That will be MHBMK2, and I don't know if we have the other top 2 person just yet. No, it does not look like. No, yes we do. It's going to be in the finals MHBMK2 and Foranza as the undefeated. So let's go back to that draft and see if we can do better in the draft than we did there. So we're back to the draft, and apparently I clicked Premier Draft, because when I don't draft for a few days and I come back to Arena, I forget that Premier doesn't mean good, it means trash ass garbage. So we have done the Premier Draft. So we're best of 1, which is unfortunate. This format is not good in best of 1. No formats are good in best of 1. You shouldn't play best in 1 unless you are looking to not spend many gems and you don't care about the quality of experience. That's about it. But we're going to play best of 1, which means maybe we'll have more matches with this deck, I suppose. Or maybe we'll just get ruined by variance. Man, I hate that wording. I hate that wording. When on arena, remember that good means bad and up means down. So up against red-blue, eh? We're going to mute the wolf because the update, the 5 GB update, puts the wolf to sleep. So we'll drop this Watcher of the Spheres because that's going to make our Wingmare actually castable if we don't hit a land. Same with our Mistral Singer. If they're going to be blue-red spells, I definitely want to get this Wingmare down. Because I'm happy not casting a Frost Breath in exchange for them not casting basically anything. Yeah, let's go Wingmare. Let's give our bird a sword. Actually, let's give our Pegasus a sword. That way it convinces this Larcenist to just not attack us. And this could be a pretty quick match if we just go flyer, flyer, smash, 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 smash. I'm gonna shock my Wingmare, sure thing. So they do get their attack. Goody goody for them. Looks like a missed land drop on their side. Did we play first? No, I think we played first. So we are going to... I think, just play that Solemn Simulacrum. Let's bash in for 2, drop the Solemn Simulacrum. That way we can make Solemn Simulacrum fly next turn. We get a land out of our deck, so we get to fix any potential land issues that we might have had, and I think we have a better turn next turn by doing that. And if they want to kill Solemn Simulacrum and draw us a card, I'm all for that as well. All for that. I'm so angry that we clicked Premier Draft. Alright, so they're, I guess, just willing to trade this Larcenist here. And again, if we get a combat trick out, cool. Sure. Sure thing. So they're going to trade. I'm going to draw a card. They drew a card. We're all even. We're all even, except I have a board state. So currently, it's looking like we're going to play... Ooh, Warded Battlements. Yeah, we're going to play Warded Battlements. We are going to go Battlements... Singer, smash for 4? 2, 3, 4. Yeah, smash for 4. Hope they don't touch our stuff this turn, because if we untap with that feat, we're going to feel pretty good. So we'll bash in for 3 here, 4 here. Drop them down to 11. They could have a Scorching Dragonfire. Doesn't look like they do. Thrill of Possibility, that's what they had. They had to have something because they were sitting there for a long time. So if we untap with this feat, I think we're pretty good. We're attacking in for 6 a turn. They're on a 2-turn clock at the moment. It's going to be even lower with the Short Sword and the Gale Swooper. And this should wrap this game up with a pretty easy win. Experimental Overload as a 5/5, sure. And you're going to return your Shock, I bet. Yeah, Shock's going to come back. So we're going to hold up that Feat of Resistance. Luckily, Auto Tapper did not do them any favors and left a blue up instead of a red. Good old Auto Tapper. So we're going to hold this feat up. Going to absolutely hold up defeat. We're going to put a sword on this bird to convince them to hit that bird instead. We're going to play this bird. We're going to give the Warded Battlements flying because we can. And then we'll bash on in for 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 8. So we could come in for 10, eh? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We could take them to 1, but no point in doing that. Opponent still trying to cast their shock off their island there. That's not going to work. Trying to block there. They're going to rookie mistake, eh? That's fine, because rookie mistakes ain't not going to do a thing. They're going to take 6, go to 5. They're still dead next turn, so no skin off my patukas. I'm going to guess they're going to try to shock the swooper. They're going to try to shock the singer, eh? Well, let's say no to that. We could have actually feat of resistance on the Watcher. Oh, they're going to cancel. That doesn't work, unfortunately, because this is still going to be a 3/3. So it's still not going to die. So opponent's looking at taking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I will gladly take 5 here. They don't even go for the damage. They just wanted the attack trigger for their quest. Fair enough. And we're up a game. We're up a win. We're up a win. Woohoo! 1-0. Let's go back in. Get our 7 wins. 7 is so many. 7 is so many. Next week, we'll have best of 3. I hope. I hope. Although I guess if next week is next week the Eldraine week, next week's the Eldraine week, so maybe I'll probably make that a bonus video rather than the actual Spikey Saturday video. Up against red again. I figure you'd probably see a whole lot of red in best of 1 cubes. Cubes? Cubes. So we're looking at Sky Scanner on 3. Bit of a slow start. Red, green, Magmut. You betcha. Past that turn, I think we're actually going to see Singer on 3. Snare Spinner, you got it. Good card against our deck. We'll take 2, not a problem. We're going to mute your dog, because I'm not going to deal with that howling noise. And pass the turn. No play. I like that. I like that quite a bit. We are going to... Do we want to draw a card or use all of our mana? Let's use all of our mana, because we've got some very good cards to play. We'll give that double flying. And still not attack into that spider, because that would be dumb. And we'll take 1 off this Magmut. That's fine. So next turn we can draw a card and hold up Feat of Resistance. Probably smash into that spider there. Llanowar Visionary, sure thing. They're building up towards something big. If we get hit with an Elder Gagaroth or even a Colossal Dreadmaw, we're going to be in a whole world of hurt. So what we're going to do is Sky Scanner, draw a card. Ooh, Short Sword. And we're going to come on and slam. Because we're now in a race situation. They're going to shock my swoops. They're going to shock my swoops. So we're going to Feat of Resistance our swoops. Which means our Singer also trades with that Snare Spinner. And we'll give that. Oh, crud. Pro green. Pro green still works. Whew. Whew, whew, whew. Pro green still works. So they'll trade, they'll take 4. That's fine. Rousing Reed, Short Sword is still going to be a whole lot of damage coming at them. That's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to be 7 a turn. It's still a 3-turn clock, which could be a bit too slow if this is something big. And that's pretty big. That's pretty big. So we'll take 4 here. Down to 12. Frost Breath is going to change things quite a bit. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So we want 3 left so we can spend 3. I think we're going to draw a card as our spend 3. We'll bash in for 5. We will Frost Breath on their turn the Havoc Jester and the Magmut. And then we're coming in for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're on a 2-turn clock. I think we'll be okay. Ornery Dilophosaur is not that big of a problem. So yeah, we're going to tap Jester and Magmut. Okay, now we're actually just dead. Good old best of one. Fun magic. Definitely a good format. I highly recommend playing it. We are going to drop Warded Battlements to get some extra damage going here. We are going to Rousing Read one of our Sky Scanners and pitch a land. And then we'll drop a Short Sword. We'll bash in for 3, or sorry, 4, 5 actually. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are still on a 2-turn clock. We're still maybe okay here, depending on how much removal they've got kicking around. Thrill a Possibility. See what they draw. Leafkin Avenger. Not the worst thing in the world. I'll take 4. But we really want to kill them this turn, which I think we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, we do. Whew, that was close. That was close. And again, on my side, best of one, we wrecked our opponent with a little bit of variance here. Best of 3, not just for sideboards. It's to cool down variance. So we got there. We're 2-0. We're 2-0. We get to keep going. Get to keep going. I will say best of one is an okay way to see a lot of decks. I could actually see best of oneing a couple times at the start of a format just to see kind of what's going on. But otherwise, it's a miserable play experience that bugs me that it's the one that is pushed. Boy, this is one of those hands that if we hit a land, we just get there. On the draw, I would feel a lot better, but also mulliganing in best of one is the end of your game, so we're not going to do that. We're going to drop the Short Sword and see what happens. Our opponent has said hello, but I am probably going to have to mute them and their dog. Gotta hit that land. Gotta hit that land. Voldalian Arcanist, sure thing. Whiffed on the land. That's the end of us. Opponent hits their 3rd land. Protege. Okay. This feels like a Toots deck. I'm not willing to Swift Response the Voldalian Arcanist until I know this is a tutelage deck. There's our land, so we can try to get Wingmare going to hurt them a little bit, although their Arcanist kind of doesn't hurt them. Let's get the Battlements just so that we don't take damage here. We can Wingmare next turn. Burlfist Oak. Alright, we'll block and take 1. So Burlfist Oak is definitely a Swift Response target. I'll take a hit off of it once in exchange for suiting up our Pegasus here. So it's a 4-5, and we're going to have to take that 4, but then we can Swift Response it, perhaps even just on our turn. If they have more big beef, we're in a fair bit more trouble. Sky Scanner, not beef. Not beef. That's a 6-7, though. And are they going to Teferi's Protege just to make it an 8-9? Because I'll take 8. Just watch me. Just watch me. Unwilling to do it. Fair enough. We'll take 6. Keen Glide Master, sure thing. All right, we got a land. We got a land. So we could gaggle. We could gaggle, but I don't really want another hit off of that Burlfist Oak. Nah. So if we gaggle, we gain 4. We go up to 16. We have to take another hit off the Oak. It'll hopefully only be a hit of 4, though. So let's go with Gaggle here. And then come in with Wingmaster. The chump? Sure thing. Okay, so we'll Swift Response this time around. What are we attacking in for? 5/9? It's a 3-turn attack? It's not bad. There's the possibility of just Frost Breath, attack, 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 Frost Breath, attack, attack. Oof! Okay. Well, we're definitely going to Swift Response that. And probably take 9 here. Now are they going to Protege? Make it a cool, clean 11? Yes, they are. All right, well, we are going to take 11. Because 5 is not 0. 5 is definitively not 0. Ow! Go away. So we can smash. We die to a removal spell, though. I don't like dying to a removal spell. All right, we're going to come in with just Mr. Gaggles here. So with Frost Breath, I think we're pretty close to closing this game out. We just needed that one more land to well and truly get going. So test and training on the Protege, sure thing. Land for turn. I've got a possibility of just trading that Wingmare for that Protege if they do attack with it or do decide to give it flying. They do decide to give it flying. So I think I'm actually very happy blocking it here. Because they don't have anything for a single blue, and then we've got tap tap 5/5/5. Okay, well then, we are going to kill the 3/3, and we'll block your 2/1. So we'll take 1. Which is fine. We get to sort up our bird. Ooh, this is cheaper now too. So we're going to gain 4 life. Yeah, I'll gladly gain 4 life rather than start Frost Breathing now, because this really represents closing the door on them. That's them dead this coming turn. Waker of Waves, that's not enough. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're still dead. Still dead. Still dead. Frantic Inventory, you got it. Still dead. Still dead. Tap tap just for good measure. And smash. We got there. We're 3-0. 3-0. Easy, easy, easy peasy. Let's see if we can go 7-0. 7-0 would feel pretty good, but we did just rank up to gold, so now we get harder competition. Back in for match 4. Let's see if we can go 4-0 here, and turn 2 Watcher of the Spheres is definitely how we start that. Watcher of Spheres into a Wingmare. I like it. I like it. This is a nice aggressive start. So this is probably where a whole lot of the M21 is only aggro rhetoric comes from, is best of 1. Because I think you should probably be aggro and only aggro in best of 1. But in best of 3, it's wildly, wildly, wildly different. Aggro still works. Aggro can still be quite good, but you can also play 5-color shrines and go 2-1 and even 3-0. Ooh, what about double Wingmare? What if we really, really, really said no to them casting non-creature spells? Truffle Snout? Sure thing. Gonna get a counter on that? Love it. Because you think you're gonna race, but you're actually really not gonna race here. This is a disgusting board. So we're gonna come in for 2, 4, 6, 8. If we hit a Plains 9-10. We could also Feet for 10. Our opponent is probably dead, and in fact they have good game dust here already. We are certainly not going to block. Ornery Dilophosaur, you betcha. There's a Sky Scanner. Into Mr. Gaggles. Take him down to 2, and I don't think they're going to have any possible way of getting back into this one. That is a nice, clean turn 5 win. Nice, clean turn 5 win. And at least these matches were not going to go long, I suppose. 4-0. 4-0. Let's see if we can go 7-0. We are over halfway there. Over halfway there. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Magic's easy. All right. All right. It's making up for the Jumpstart loss. I should actually check in on the Jumpstart tournament, see how the matches have been going. We've been using the companion app on the phone, which is super good. People enter their results. It all goes to my phone. I get to start the next round. It sends all of them out their pairings. Very, very, very handy. Looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 matches before we can start round 4. The finals has been decided. It will be Foranza versus MHBMK2. I'm going to be in the runner-up bracket with some other folks. But it's been fun. So if you are a subscriber on Twitch, or if you are a patron over at patreon.com/themanaleak, make sure you come to the Discord. You'll be in for the chance to join these tournaments in the future. Not sure what they will be. We'll hopefully get some drafts going. The trick with the draft is you do it on a third-party site, but then you do need the collection or the wild cards to play it on Arena. But if you do have that, then it's a nice free way to draft. Free-ish, depending on if you need to buy any of those wild cards. So we get Ghostly Pilferer down. This is the first time I've ever drafted this card. So it's a 2/1. I can pay 2 when it comes on tap to draw a card. That's a lot of mana. Whenever an opponent casts a spell from anywhere other than their hand, which they're not going to do, and I can discard a card to make it unblockable. Sure. Those are all totally fine words. So we'll swing on in for 2. Unless it gets grasped here. Didn't get grasped. There we go. So when it untaps, we could pay 2, but I don't... Like I said, it's expensive. I don't want to pay 2 to draw a card. I want to play my Gale Swooper next turn. There's the grasp. Fair enough. Don't even have to consider paying 2. Llanowar Visionary, you betcha, you betcha. So we will actually go for the Sad Robot instead. More lands, card draw is good. Let's get our blue there. So I would happily trade with that Visionary. Sabertooth Mauler, unfortunately, is kind of scary. Silent Dart's going to come down. Sure thing. What if? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. What if we swooped the Simulacrum and attacked in for 2? But I think we're going to have some trouble not getting Face Fetters, which I think I've drafted once in 30 drafts or so. Is going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky to even swift response that Sabertooth Mauler, because it untaps when things die on our opponent's turn. Looks like they're just going to shoot the swoops. Probably attack me for 5 here. Untap their Mauler. We're going to mute their stupid dog. God, I hate pets. 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't do everything that I want to do. And I don't like that. So we're going to Sky Scanner and play the swoops. Sad Robot, learning to fly. So Gaggle Master gains us 6 life, which basically negates this next turn here. Pride Melkin, sure thing. So I think our plan is definitely going to be kind of Fly and Frost Breath. If we hit a land, we can do both. Oof, well, we just don't stand a chance in this matchup, I don't think. That is the old best of one issue, eh? We can Rousing Read the Simulacrum. Pitch a land. Play a land. Smash in for 4. Gaggle Master puts us up to 13. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We don't take 13. So let's go up to 13, pass the turn. As long as we don't die, we've got Frost Breath and a 2-turn clock. As long as we don't die here. In for 5. Why not attack with... If I was my opponent, I don't think there's any world in which I would consider me to block anything. But opponent's going to be a little bit cautious here. Just hit in for 5. Warden of the Woods, sure thing. Doesn't have reach, luckily. So we are going to smash on in. Take him down to 2. Drop a Watcher of the Spheres. And then on their turn, we can tap Warden and Mauler. Let them draw 2 cards. I don't care. Don't care one bit. So they can take us to 3, but they're very dead in the air. If they have a Titanic Growth, good for them. Doesn't look like they do. They've got a land. They've got a Dreadmaw, and we are 5-0. We are 5-0. Holy moly. Holy moly. We just keep drawing our way out of things, eh? All right, 5-0. 5-0. 2 more to go to a quick, nice, and easy 7-0. And then we attempt to never play best of one ever again. 2 more. 2 more. Potentially 4 more, I suppose. 5 more? What would the worst case scenario be? We win, lose, lose, lose? Potentially 4 more matches. Hopefully only 2. Hopefully only 2. So yeah, next week, Eldraine, I think, will come out on the Thursday, which means maybe we'll do a bonus Thursday or Friday video of Eldraine Best of 1. And then we'll do M21 Best of 3 for Spikey Saturday. This is what I like to see. Watcher of the Spheres into a Sky Scanner. I'd prefer to see us playing first. I think that's a massive boost in Best of 1 is playing first. So much so that I would expect, stats-wise, I would bet it's probably 5 to 10% difference. I bet you might be 40% in Best of 1 to win if you are on the draw. Those stats pulled freshly out of my butt. Okay, so opponent is going to try to out-aggro us. Is there a likelihood that they might? Yes. Are we still going to try? Yes. So we'll drop the Sky Scanner. Draw our card, bash in for 1 or 3. And then we'll see what we can do. Because if we can closely race them, then Frost Breath is actually going to blow this game wide open. Oh, that's not racing at all. Shock hurts. Shock hurts us a lot there. So we are going to have to go Ghostly Pilferer, pass the turn, holding up Feat of Resistance and or Swift Response, I think. And we're actually somewhat in trouble here, despite them missing their land drops, because we need more than 1/1/1 flyer in the air. We need more than that. So I'll put the Pilferer in front of the dog and we can use Feat of Resistance to kill it. Pretty okay doing that. So let's Feat the Pilferer, name in white. Naming red if they try to shock it, or Scorching Dragonfire it. But they can do that after I name white. They're going to Angelic Ascension their dog. All right, well, that's something we want a swift response. We'll name White, sure, whatever. So we take one, that's fine. We want to hold up that swift response for the Angel if we can. We'll drop the Warded Battlements and pass the turn here. So unfortunately, they're super representing Feat of Resistance. So let's make them have it, I suppose. They do not. They do not, and that's going to open this game up, I think. Another staunch Shieldmate, all right. Very staunch, much staunch. Vryn Wingmare is nice to see. Nice, nice, nice to see. And we can fly on in for one now. Two, sorry, because we've got the battlements. Okay, so Frost Breath, I think, is going to carry us through here. Because we're attacking in for 2, 3, 4, 5 a turn. They're on a 3-turn clock in the air. Any land that we draw makes Pilferer basically free to swing in. They can hit us for 3 all they want, because we are going to hit them for a lot more, a lot faster. They found their 3rd land. Let's see if that does anything for them. Sky Scanner for 3. That turns off our Frost Breath pretty heavily. But Sky Scanner can also be a chump blocker here, so I'm pretty okay doing this. Sky Scanner, draw ourselves a card. Rousing Reed is cute. Let's fly on in for 5. Take him to 10. So now we're in Frost Breath Slam territory. Heartfire Immolator. Don't like that. Don't like that one bit. Don't like that one bit. Is Pilfer a key to our success? I think it is. I think it is. Ooh, opponent coming in with the team. Okay, that's cute. That's cute. You think you're going to Immolator me, eh? 3, 4, 5, 6. So we could go to 4. They can Immolator our Pilferer, and we hit him for 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we can Frost Breath 2 of their creatures. They can only hit us for 2. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Well, if they're going to Heartfire Immolator our Pilferer, then we may as well put it in front of something. We can put it in front of the horse. And I think they Immolator it now. No, they don't. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. So I guess we go to combat. And my guess is they'll kill the Wingmare, which actually makes our Frost Breaths way better. Way, 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 way better. So yeah, there we go. Kill the Wingmare, make our Frost Breaths even better. We're going to get in for 4. And then I think we're going to Rousing Reed one of our scanners. Let's Rousing Reed a scanner. Pitch one of these lands, play a land, and then we can Frost Breath on their turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's probably just better to play the Singer. I don't think we're dying. No, I want a Frost Breath instead. I think Frost Breath's going to be a better way out of this. So we'll Frost Breath their Arsonist Shieldmate, I think. Yeah, so let's Frost Breath, Arsonist, and Shieldmate. They have no instants in hand, based on how that felt. They're going to drop a land and pass the turn. Pretty okay with that. So let's come on in for 5 here. Take them to 1. Drop ourselves ye old Mistral Singer. Pass that turn with Frost Breath up, and I think we're going to go 6-0. Goblin Wizardry, not a problem. Not a problem here. because we can just Frost Breath both those tokens. There we go, 6-0. 6-0. One more and we're going to go 7-0. Gives us plenty of room, plenty of buffer to get that 7th win here. Plenty of room. Plus, we've made our gems back, so at least this was a free roll. Lovely accidental free roll. Also, it makes my win percentage look a lot better. Which I think is funny when people are calculating their win percentage, because in best of 1, when you win a draft, you get 7 wins and 0, 1, or 2 losses. And when you lose a draft, you don't get 7 losses, you only get 3 losses. So your win percentage ends up a little bit skewed because of that. Your bad drafts don't have that big of an impact compared to your good drafts. Your good drafts more than erase a singular bad draft, whereas in best of 3, a 1-2 demolishes your win percentage, and a 3-0 or a 2-1 just pumps your win percentage up a little tiny bit. We'll keep this. We're on the draw, which is not really where I want to be, but we got cards that work. So we'll pop out our short sword and then go right on into Wingmare Singer territory, I think. Concordia Pegasus. Uh-oh. Flying blockers. I don't like that one bit. We might actually swift response it. We'll see what happens here, but we might swift response it. It's going to get a counter on it, I bet. Yep, we are going to swift response that. You go away. Okay, well, Watcher's pretty cute, actually. So we're going to play Watcher, pop a sword on it. And that way, if we do hit a land, we can actually double creature next turn. And really try to shut this this game here. Conclave Mentor opponent is on green-white, which at least last week was the deck that you were supposed to draft. And they're going to race. They're going to race real hard here. Real hard. We whiffed on getting the mana that we needed. So we're going to Mistral Singer. We're going to try to race. I don't think we're really going to be able to do it, but we can try. They hit what they needed. They rolled their dice, and their dice were higher. So we take 8 here. Not attacking with the cat, but why? Griffin Airy. Okay. All right, well, I guess we're going to drop some flyers. We're going to drop this flyer. And we're going to drop this flyer. And we're going to smash for 7. Taking down to 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, point of damage from just ending it next turn. So if we hit a plains, we win. If we hit a flyer, we win. So I think I just take 8. Go to 4. If we hit a spell, we win. They're going to blow up my sword? Okay. You cost too much. You cost too much mana. So 2, 4, 6, 8. We can take them to 2. So we could Celestial Enforcer to block this 4 power, and then we need something else back to block this, so we can attack with 3. So let's go in like so. Drop the Enforcer past the turn. So this is block, they die. But that was about our only out. If they do have a trick or something, we're toast. But that was about our best choice. Trample! I forgot Trample. Oops. We were dead anyways, thanks to Trample. Alright, well, we're 6-1. 6-1. Nothing we could do there. We played everything as best as we possibly could, and we got wrecked. So, goodbye to that deck. Hopefully we don't face green-white again, or at least green-white that draws super well. Conclave Mentor is really good. Obviously, you need to have it on turn 2. If you don't, it's significantly less good. Still totally fine. Still totally fine. But when that deck chugs along with that early, it's pretty hard to deal with. But again, it's the deck that the hive mind is telling you that you should draft all the time, and as a result, it gets diluted. 3 people take Conclave Mentor. 3 people try to draft the deck. 3 people end up with mediocre versions of the deck. And then somebody else drafts a really good black deck. So draft the hard way, draft properly, and I think you'll do a lot better than following whatever the hive mind is saying. This is a slow hand, but we can try to work with it. Sky Scanner and Sad Robot can try to get us back in. Opponents on blue-black, I like seeing that. So I guess I'll Swift Response that Keen Glide Master. If and that's what it comes to. But we just got to find some flyers. Oh boy, that's a scythe. All right, well, we're going to make the scythe grow, I suppose. We're going to make the scythe grow and hope that we can go fast. So let's go fast, shall we? Draw me a good flyer. Well, that's a pretty good flyer. It's a little bit of an expensive flyer, but a good flyer nonetheless. Absolutely no stumbling from our opponent here. Straight up murdering that Sky Scanner. We're going to drop Sad Robot. Get ourselves a land. So we can drop Gaggles. And it's still going to be a pretty hard race. The Frost Breath can try to get us back in, but it's going to be a bit of a hard race. I assume they're going to suit up their Archer. So this Simulacrum is not going to do anything, so we may as well have it draw us a card. Card into hand. Is it a good one? It's kind of a good one. It's kind of a good one. So we'll Gaggle Master here. See if it lives. If it lives, we're still in a pretty boned spot, but if it lives, we can try to do something. We can Frost Breath them so that we're not taking damage for a couple of turns, get in for 8, and then we still have to find 12 more damage somewhere. It'll be tricky. It'll be tricky. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Take 8. Down to 14. And they're going to move the Scythe over, I assume? Sure thing. Okay, Flyer helps out. Flyer helps out quite a bit. We're going to come on in for 4. We're going to drop the Mistral Singer. On their turn, I think we Frost Breath. So we get the old Tappa. Hopefully nothing. Crypt Lurker, okay. Possibly sacking the zombie here. Get another counter on the Scythe. Make the Crypt Lurker even bigger. Somewhat funnily... Oh no, this is creature we control. I was going to say we could give the Skeleton Archer protection from black and make it drop the Demonic Embrace. They're not going to sack the zombie. They're just going to move the Scythe over. They think they've got some time, but oof, we might actually close the door a bit here. Get in for 6, take him to 10, drop a Gaggle Master, and that's 10 in the air. With feet up. And I think we've got a very good chance here. We are certainly not dying when we're back at 20 here. And if they tap out or something, yep, there we go. I think we've got this. I think we close the door. Pro-black. There's the GG. We did it. 7-1. 1 off from the 7-0. Couldn't quite get there. But green-white took us down. So there we go. 7-0. Relatively nice quick 7-0. Plus you got a bonus jump start match in there where I did not win. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that despite the best of 1. It was a total accident. Like I said, I saw the word premiere and I said premiere means good. That must be what I want to do. I was wrong. Let me know how M21 is going for you. Let me know if it's come around. I know a lot of people did not like it at the start. Did you just give up? Are you still playing? I recommend it. I think it's actually good drafting Magic. I think this is how draft should be. rewarding the draft portion as opposed to just drafting the cycling deck or the Mardu sacrifice deck or drafting black or whatever it may be. Let me know how it's going for you down in the comments below. As always, if you do have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me over on Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook. You can find me at patreon.com/ShamanAleek if you want to help out that way. Get you into the patron/Twitch subscriber Discord, where you can join Jumpstart tournaments and stuff like that we're doing, and chat about beer and food and what bread I baked today. Join the Discord to find out. Actually, I baked it yesterday. But yeah, if you do have questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, see you all next time.